Yo, what it do, YouTube? It is I, Mr. Trevor Rose. I'm back with another video. We're doing more cooking, more baking. Today we're making some rolls, but not like rolling on the ground. No, we're not putting out a fire. Not today. You're gonna have to eat this because it's so fire. I don't know. You're not gonna get to eat it because I'm gonna get to eat it. Yeah, you're jealous, aren't you? I bet you are. You're gonna be because it's gonna be delicious. Oh, they're cinnamon rolls, by the way. I think caramel, cinnamon, caramel. Caramel sounds better, but I'm gonna say caramel. Okay, TTFN. See you in a flash. For the rolls portion of this recipe, we're going to need 3½ cups of bread flour, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 4½ teaspoons of active dry yeast, a cup of very warm milk, 1/4 cup of softened butter, and 1 good egg. Alright, so for the topping portion of this recipe, we are going to need 1 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of butter that's softened. We're also going to need 1/4 cup of corn syrup and 1/2 cup of crushed pecans. Alright, for the filling portion of this recipe, we will need 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 2 tablespoons of softened butter. Alright, now we are going to add our sugar, the salt, the yeast, and about half of the flour. Alright, so now we're just gonna mix those ingredients together for a little bit. Alright, now we are going to add all of our milk, the butter, and most importantly, an egg. And we're gonna continue mixing on. Now that it's been mixing a little bit, we're going to add the remainder of our flour a little bit at a time. There's a little poop, and a little peep, and a little pop. And we'll keep doing that till we're all out of flour to use. Alright, now that this dough is done, we're going to go ahead and put it on a floured surface and knead it for about 5 minutes or until the dough is light and spongy. Alright, so now we're gonna lightly grease the bowl and wipe the grease all around. So that's a lot of grease, oops. So ain't no dough sticking to my thing. Afterwards we're going to drop the dough right in there, cover it, and let it rise. Alright, so now we're gonna start on the caramel topping. We're gonna put the brown sugar for that in there, boom, and then also the butter, and turn it on a medium-high heat. And we're just gonna stir this constantly until it boils. Alright, so now that you can see this is boiling, we are going to turn off the heat and remove it from the heat. Actually, I'll move it over up here. I'm gonna stir constantly for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna move on to the next step. Alright, now that it's cooled off a little bit, we're going to go ahead and pour in our corn syrup. And the recipe did call for light corn syrup. Unfortunately, we were only able to get dark corn syrup, so I'm not sure how that'll affect the flavor, but that's the reason we're using dark corn syrup. Alright, now that is all in there, we're going to go ahead and stir it in so you can no longer see it. Oh, it looks pretty. It looks really pretty, actually. Gonna get the last couple of drops. Alright, now that it's well stirred into there, we're going to go ahead and pour it into our pan. Satisfying. It's one of those shrimp that's sometimes. Alright, now that that's all poured in and it's all level, we're going to go ahead, and before it cools, we're going to sprinkle our pecans all across the entire thing. More. And the rest of it. Alright, so now we are going to start on filling, which is the cinnamon and the brown sugar. We're going to mix those ingredients together. The butter will remain out for now. Boom. Boom. Get out there. Gotta break that boy open to mix it. Those have been rising for about an hour and a half. We're gonna go destroy that bad boy. And then put it on a lightly floured counter. Now we're just gonna roll the dough into a big old rectangle. Alright, now we're going to take, now that it's a rectangle, we're going to take the filling butter and just boom. Whoa, that actually turned out pretty cool. We're just gonna spread it across the entire surface. Going to go ahead and take the filling powder that we mixed up, the cinnamon and the brown sugar, and we're just going to sprinkle this across the entirety of it. Spread it evenly. I know it was not sprinkled evenly, but I'm spreading it. Alright, now that that's very perfectly evenly spread, we're going to go ahead and roll this starting on the long end, and we're going to roll it very thin, as thin as we can get it. Hey, it's not thin, guys. Don't make fun of me. And then we're going to pinch these parts inside and continue rolling. And boom, you got yourself one tasty burrito. Now with our trusty bread knife, we're going to go ahead and cut this into beautiful slices. And we're going to do 10 of them, I believe, I hope. Alright, so now that we have it cut into 10 beautiful, pretty, awesome, amazing rolls, we're going to go ahead and place each one of them into the topping. And I know it's a topping, so it should be on top, but whatever, we're gonna roll with it. Alright, so now that we have set these in our pan, we're going to go ahead and cover it and let them rise for about half an hour in a warm place, which is going to be the oven. With the light on, it's not going to be on, but it's going to have a light on, so it's going to think it's warm in there. That's the important part. So now that they've been rising for about half an hour, we're going to go ahead and turn the oven onto 350 degrees. And once it gets to temperature, we're going to go ahead and slide that right in. Now that it has reached 350 degrees in the oven, we're going to go ahead and pop this whole pan in there, and we're going to leave it in there for 30 to 35 minutes or until it's light and golden brown on top. Alright, now that it's been about 35 minutes, we're going to go ahead and pull these bad boys out of the oven. Oh yes. Oh yes. Look at those. And they're going to cool for about 2 minutes before our next step. Alright. Now for the difficult one-take task. You gotta put this boy on here, a serving tray on here, and then do a 1-2 combo flip. Yeah. Boom. Ooh. That's delicious. I haven't eaten it yet, but that's delicious. And then you're going to just let it cool for a couple more minutes and separate the rolls and eat them individually. That's all for today, folks. Oh, it was some hard, laborious task, but we managed to do it. And in the process, maybe get diabetes. I don't know. It was good. I had a first roll, and then I was all like, oh, this is so good. Alexa, don't play Despacito. And then I had a second one, and I thought I was gonna explode. And then I had a third one, and I said no thank you.
Like the video.
Oh yeah, like jazz hands.